All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to get started. I'll give everybody a minute to get settled.
You gotta come over here, gentlemen? Sure. We're gonna squeeze in over here. There you go.
All right, good morning, everybody. I want to first thank our hosts, Mike and Joe, for having us here at Oscars. This is a great place to be, and certainly we're really happy to be in Dedham today in general. My name is Jonathan Gulliver, and I am the State Highway Administrator for Mass DOT. And this past year presented a lot of challenges, and we never thought it possible that through the leadership of the Governor and the LG, every agency helped where they could. For MassDOT, one major contribution has been the Shared Streets program. And today we are going to be announcing awards for 77 municipalities. Since June of 2020, over $33 million has been awarded to 183 municipalities, all designed to enhance outdoor space, including outdoor dining, as you see here today in Dedham. But also these projects have included parklets, bike lanes, bus lanes, and general facilities to help people get out and around their neighborhoods. As the pandemic started, nobody fully understood what was going to happen, but this administration never stopped working. It became clear early on that people needed additional outdoor space, businesses needed outdoor dining, and municipalities and school districts needed safer connections to schools. Not only knowing these needs of municipalities and small businesses, but having the ability to react fast to address them is the experience and leadership that our Lieutenant Governor brings to the state government, and why she is perfect to kick off this Shared Streets events. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Karyn Polito.
Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful day, 2 in a row. That's terrific. This is what summer should feel like. It's great to be with Secretary Tesler, Director Jonathan Gulliver, Leon Goodwin, your town administrator, who will speak in a few minutes, and of course my colleagues in the legislature, Senator Rush and Representative McMurtry. Just thank you for gathering this morning. There's a lot of excitement here in Dedham as we talk about this program in particular. But as I was driving here this morning and kind of circling around the downtown, I was struck by the amount of energy and movement of people and, of course, vehicles, and just the overall energy that's right here in Dedham. And that just doesn't happen. It happens because there's a lot going on here, which is why we're here today to talk about this important program. Let me start by saying thank you to my colleagues in the legislature, to the local officials here in Dedham, and, of course, to the small business community for your amazing work over the course of this past year. This was a hard year. It was a painful year. It was uncertain, and it was clearly a year that created a lot of anxiety in terms of what was coming next at you. And the most important thing that we could do as government officials, local and state officials, is to work together and also work directly with you to address your needs. Now, today we're talking about this Shared Streets and Spaces program. Now, this did not exist before the pandemic, but it is an example of a program that was designed because we listened to local officials and to the businesses around how to get more people feeling comfortable about dining out and literally dining outside. So the antidote to indoors and COVID-19 was, well, let's create some spaces outside where people can be in the fresh air and have a good experience and still support our businesses so we can get through the hardest of times. And thinking about using parking spaces and parking lots was really creative, and it was you that came up with this solution. But it isn't just like put some tables and umbrellas out. There is a major safety component that has to be addressed, as well as an accessibility component. And that's why having the expertise from people like here at Mass DOT and your own DPW and engineering departments was necessary. You know, you can see in this case you have a very busy roadway system multiple intersections, travelers coming in multiple different directions. So putting concrete barriers in places just made sure that there was a safety component. And then, of course, all of the amenities that you added made this beautiful space. So something that was thought of as a temporary solution to get us through the COVID times is now being thought of as a more permanent feature to enhance the experience in places like here in downtown Dedham, and also enhance the opportunities for small business owners like here at Oscars. Oscars is an amazing place. I just learned a little about the origin of the name and the work that you needed to do as a small business to get through the course this year, keeping your employees in place and helping your patrons feel comfortable coming back and supporting you. We just want to congratulate the team at Oscars and the many small businesses here in Dedham. I want to thank my colleagues in the legislature for working with the governor and our team around resources to make programs like this possible. As Director Gulliver stated, $33 million since June of last year. So in about a year, $33 million to 183 municipalities. That's smaller dollars in the right hands, making a big difference and reaching municipalities all across our state. This round is 94 applications. We were able to fund 78, which represents $6.5 million. 51% of the awards going to designated environmental justice communities. And I believe 28% of the applicants were first-time applicants that were not repeat customers. But there is clearly some more interest in this program, some more resources in future rounds. A program like this also complements other programs like the Complete Streets program, which Dedham has taken advantage of. When you think about what you did maybe 5 years ago, putting the brick walkways in additional signage and wayfinding and all the other amenities, this just builds on what your vision and planning was for Dedham's downtown, and obviously helping you continue to be successful in a very competitive retail market as more people consume online. Getting people to places like this in downtown takes a lot of creativity and innovation and a ton of hard work, and you're doing it successfully. So we're here in Dedham to highlight and spotlight this program, spotlight your success, and you can serve as an example to other communities that are trying to plan out how to reinvigorate their downtowns and bring more people to places like this, which enhances your economic vitality, which puts more dollars into your municipality's coffers, which turn out into local services and an enhanced quality of life for the people who live here. So great news story, a lot of money going out the door, and we'll continue to work in partnership with all of you. It is now my pleasure to turn this over to Leon Goodwin, who's going to talk a little bit more about the town's experience with this program. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and the team for coming out here this morning and giving us the opportunity to show off Dedham Square, which we are very proud of here in Dedham. It really is a hidden gem. When I came to town as town manager here a couple of years ago, I was familiar with the square because I had worked here many years ago. But in the meantime, they had polished it up, and through a program back in 2014 that I think was very forward-thinking in many ways because, as the Lieutenant Governor said, the sidewalks were expanded, the space was made more inviting, and it encouraged people to come here as a destination. Because again, we have so many options in this marketplace that you really do need to create a place that people want to be. And this is what we're doing. This is placemaking. We are creating spaces that people want to be, and I think from the state government on down, and then working with our local businesses. I think that's what we've done. This is a teamwork. It's a team effort. The state created the regulations, first emergency regulations that allowed us to move into the streets and have this this outdoor dining experience. The legislature supported that and extended it until next April, and I'm hoping that we can do even beyond that, because I think what we've seen is that this is a successful model that we would love to be able to continue, but we need that regulatory framework to make that happen. The funding from the state has been fantastic to help the municipality do this, and then we created kind of a canvas, and then the businesses took over, and all of these amenities on top of the platform are really the businesses created them, and that's creativity, it's investment, it's money going into our local economy, and it's drawing more money back into our local economy. So it's cyclical, and the success is cyclical. And again, I think that's something that we just really need to model and expand and be proud of. At the municipal level, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my team, our building commissioner, Ken Cimino, who made sure that this was accessible to everyone. That's really important, right? We've got this great outdoor space, but what good would it be if it wasn't accessible to everybody? And so we've worked hard to do that. Our DPW, again, we spoke about the traffic. Putting this all in and getting this put in place was an endeavor, and we have a great DPW director, a great engineering director, economic development team that just made this happen. Outdoor heaters that we made safe working with our fire department. So again, it's a team effort working with the local businesses. The select board were great leaders on this, saying, hey, we want this to happen, let's make it happen. And then again, the local businesses that I can't say enough, their creativity. I think we've just so proud of the square, and we hope that this is just the beginning of something great. So again, thank you all for coming out. Happy to answer any questions about the program or what we did, but more than anything, just look around and absorb it in and say, I think we can do this other places too. So
Shop and dine.
Yeah, and shop and dine and come and visit. Come and visit. This is a great spot to visit too. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor.
All right, thank you, Leon. And before I invite our last speaker up to close us out, I do want to acknowledge this is any type of grant program like this takes a lot of work to put together. I want to acknowledge MassDOT staff across the state, but in particular, we're in District 6, which is run by John McInerney and his staff over here. So please, round of applause for these guys. And again, these targeted investments all have the same core principles. And our next speaker has really, throughout his career of wearing a number of different hats at Mass DOT, has maintained a focus on improving safety while finding innovative ways to assist municipalities wherever possible. And these are some of the reasons why the Shared Streets program was able to get the needed funds from the community to the community in such a short order. And that and the fact that the governor and lieutenant governor invested $33 million into the program certainly helped as well. So please welcome the Secretary of Transportation, Jamey Tesler.
So I'm thrilled to be here today in Dedham for our Shared Streets program, which has been a wonderful thing to be part of as a team. I want to just say 3 themes quickly, because a lot of great things have already been said. The first is thank yous, because this has been fast and hard and significant work. First, to the governor and lieutenant governor, especially for your work with municipalities to lead us through these partnerships. We talked about the things that are related, and this is really not just a program, but it stands in connection with the other things we do with municipalities. Our Complete Streets program, our Trails program, our Municipal Small Bridge program, our work with paving and with the highway team. So thank you for your work and leadership. I want to thank the administrator and the town officials and the businesses for their creativity, leadership, and work to not just survive, but really thrive and come through strong in a tough time. I want to thank our MassDOT team because it can't be said enough. Over a year ago, this program didn't exist. And not only did we invent it, every single round, and I'll talk a minute about all the rounds and what we've accomplished, we continue to adjust this to continue to work with people as to what is going to succeed. And that is something we should all be really proud of. And you guys throughout Highway and a lot of teams here today and throughout MassDOT have come together to work on that. And I want to thank our partners in the legislature to help us put this together, to fund this in the most recent bond bill and in the Chapter 90 bill that comes through. All these partnerships require teamwork with the legislature, or we couldn't do this. I want to talk about the concept of shared streets and why that is the title. As we've been here today, I've seen an MBTA bus, the 34E go by. I saw a school bus, the fire truck. We've seen tons of walkers. We see tons of people with the businesses out and about. I might have missed, but nope, there's a biker right there. So, and that's what this is truly about. This is about how we share our environments in creative and different ways for both safety and accessibility, but really to help us as communities come together and have this be a common space, and to think differently and innovatively about how we can come together. And Dedham has done a wonderful job about rethinking, and the business has done it about these spaces that 14, 15, 16 months ago, this isn't what it looked like. And we continue to innovate in ways that bring different users of all kinds together to share this space. And that sharing we talked about because it requires that partnership on all levels. Business, municipality, legislature, administration. We all need to share in this because without each other, we all had to get out of our comfort zone and what we knew how to do before we started to create this program. And then the last thing I want to talk about is innovation, because the way that this program has worked is to really allow businesses and government to innovate together. So the map you see here has 78, because there's a bus grant as well, but 77 different communities, the full range of the Commonwealth, and that's just this grant round that has benefited from this. And so 76 other communities, just like Dedham, are putting their best ideas together with their business partners to reimagine how we can share this space in streets. It's something that's really overwhelmed us, the variety of interest, the applications, and as Lieutenant Governor touched on, this round, which we've been able to fund $6.5 million worth of projects on the board there, we received over 94 applications. The fact that we are funding 78 of them tells you both the profound amount of interest in every community ranging all across the Commonwealth, but also the quality of those applications and the quality of the ideas that are different for each community to share their spaces. So through this program, it was said earlier that $33 million have been granted. We have done over 310 after today placemaking grants that are changing the way we imagine our spaces. And thanks to the good work of the legislature in the most recent bond bill and in the Chapter 90 bill, this is in our capital plan as we proceed. And we will continue to innovate and rethink how we use this program, because it has struck a chord on our end, it has struck a chord with the communities, that there is more to do in how we share our public realm and how we think about the streets and how we make them available to all users. So this is a beginning of something that has really opened us to the opportunity to continue to innovate with our partners and opened up, I think, people to reimagine what our great cities and towns can do together. So I'm thrilled to be here at this wonderful event. I'm turning it back to you, Jonathan.
All right, thank you, Secretary. So that is the end of our formal event today. I want to thank everybody for coming. I know that members of the media have some questions about 93. I'll be happy to give you an update, to step aside from the podium and give you an update in a moment. But is there any questions for anybody on shared streets before we do that?
Yeah. How long does it take for somebody when they apply for a grant to actually getting it through the process?
You want to take?
So just why don't we speak about this last round, because we've done a couple different rounds. The applications, we opened up the processed applications in April. So it's about a little over 2 months it took to review them and start to release the funds on the grants. So very quick. Some of the rounds last summer moved even faster than that. So this is a very quick turnaround.
Are there certain criteria that businesses have to meet to get approved, or is it kind of like anybody who needs help can apply and hopefully get it?
So the cities and towns are the applicants, and they work with the businesses. One of the ways that succeeded is through private foundations have offered technical assistance to communities to be able to get those applications in and put them together quickly. And so they work with the resident businesses, work with ideas, and then we look at a variety of criteria, both the accessibility and safety, what it can unlock from business and dining perspective, We also look at it from, because we've been funding a variety of bike, bus lanes we've funded. So we've funded a variety of things on the map here. And what we really look for is that shared notion of using our spaces in a way that's different right now, and that creativity and innovation that can unlock potential that we haven't been using.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good meeting you. Good seeing you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
you guys.
Governor, good to see you.
I just wanted to say hi. I'm Dennis Thea from the Select Board.
Hi, very good. Thank you.